Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue brewing between the Forrester and Finnegan families that threatens to tear apart relationships and create new alliances in the most unexpected ways. The potential downfall of Finn and Stephy's marriage. Will Finn be able to maintain his balance between family loyalty and marital commitment? The situation has become increasingly precarious as Finnegan finds himself torn between his wife's demands and his biological family ties. His internal struggle intensifies daily as he contemplates breaking Stephy's ultimatum regarding Luna. The guilt of abandoning his biological relative weighs heavily on his conscience, creating sleepless nights and distracted days at the hospital. Finn's medical training has always taught him to heal and support, not abandon those in need. This professional instinct clashes dramatically with his promise to Stephy, creating a psychological dilemma that manifests in physical symptoms. His colleagues have noticed his distraction during procedures, his hands slightly trembling when Luna's name is mentioned in conversation. Should Finn choose to secretly meet with Luna against Stephy's wishes, the consequences could be catastrophic for his marriage. The betrayal of trust might create an irreparable rift, potentially driving Stephy into Liam Spencer's ever-waiting arms. Liam, who has maintained a respectful distance since Stephy and Finn's reconciliation, might see this as his opportunity to reclaim his former love and rebuild the family he once envisioned with her. Liam's strategic patience. Speaking of Liam Spencer, his calculated patience may soon pay dividends in unexpected ways. While appearing supportive of Stephy and Finn's relationship publicly, close friends have noticed his lingering glances and convenient appearances at Forrester Creations. His strategic positioning as the supportive ex-husband masks his underlying hope for reconciliation. Industry insiders suggest that Liam has been consulting with his father, Bill Spencer, about the best approach to win back Stephy should her marriage falter. Bill, always the cunning businessman, has advised patience rather than direct intervention, a strategy uncharacteristic of the typically impulsive Liam. The potential collapse of Finn and Stephy's union could catalyze a dramatic shift in family dynamics across Los Angeles, with alliances reforming and old wounds reopening. Liam stands ready to comfort Stephy when, not if, Finn chooses his biological family over his marriage vows. Luna and Will's complicated dynamic. Luna Nozawa's infatuation with Will Spencer continues to intensify, despite his obvious disinterest. Her pursuit has evolved from casual flirtation to concerning obsession, with Luna strategically appearing wherever Will frequents. Her bedroom walls, hidden from public view, feature collages of secretly taken photographs of the young Spencer heir. Will's discomfort has become increasingly apparent, with friends noting his tendency to check over his shoulder and alter his routine to avoid predictable encounters. The psychological toll of being pursued unwillingly manifests in his declining academic performance and withdrawal from social activities. What makes this situation particularly volatile is Luna's inability to recognize rejection. Each rebuff is interpreted as a challenge rather than a definitive answer, fueling her determination rather than discouraging her advances. This misinterpretation of social cues suggests deeper psychological issues that remain unaddressed by those around her. Sheila's dangerous mentorship. Sheila Carter's decision to ignore Deacon Sharp's ultimatum demonstrates her unchanged nature despite claims of reformation. Her prioritization of Luna over her relationship with Deacon reveals her true hierarchy of values: family connection and manipulation over romantic stability. Behind closed doors, Sheila has begun coaching Luna on techniques to attract Will's attention, tactics that increasingly border on stalking and coercion. Their late-night strategy sessions include analyzing Will's schedule, preferences, and vulnerabilities, with Sheila drawing from her extensive history of manipulation to guide her granddaughter. The dangerous mentorship has accelerated Luna's transition from lovesick admirer to potential predator. Sheila's influence manifests in Luna's adopted mannerisms, speech patterns, and calculating approach to relationships, transformations noticed by observant staff at Il Giardino but dismissed as coincidental. Electra as the perceived obstacle. As Luna's obsession with Will intensifies under Sheila's guidance, Electra Forrester has been identified as their primary obstacle. Luna's journal entries, hidden beneath her mattress, reveal increasingly hostile sentiments toward Electra, whom she perceives as undeserving of Will's attention. Sheila has begun subtly encouraging this animosity, suggesting that Electra's removal from the equation would clear Luna's path to Will. Their conversations have evolved from hypothetical scenarios to specific discussions about how to discredit Electra socially and professionally. Industry sources suggest that Sheila has already begun collecting compromising information about Electra, preparing a dossier that could devastate her reputation at a strategically chosen moment. This methodical approach reflects Sheila's evolution from impulsive villain to calculated manipulator, a transformation that makes her more dangerous than ever. The missing paternal influence. Luna's vulnerability to Sheila's manipulation stems partly from the absence of a stabilizing paternal figure. Without Finn's guidance and balanced perspective, Luna lacks the emotional foundation necessary to evaluate Sheila's advice critically. Psychological experts consulted about the storyline suggest that Luna's willingness to pursue Will so aggressively reflects her unconscious search for male approval and validation, a void Finn could potentially fill through appropriate mentorship and boundaries. This absence of paternal influence creates the perfect storm when combined with Sheila's toxic guidance, allowing Luna's natural insecurities to be weaponized rather than healed. The resulting behavior patterns threaten not only her potential relationship with Will but her entire future in Los Angeles society. Stephy's justified caution. While some viewers criticize Stephy's hardline stance regarding Luna, her caution is entirely justified given the Forrester family's history with Sheila. Stephy's traumatic experiences have given her a heightened sensitivity to potential threats, an instinct that serves as protection rather than paranoia. Mental health professionals would likely support Stephy's boundary setting while recommending professional therapy to process her trauma. Her failure to seek legitimate therapeutic support represents a missed opportunity for healing that could strengthen her position and provide healthier coping mechanisms. Stephy's protective instincts extend beyond herself to her children, whose safety she prioritizes above all else, including her marriage. This maternal determination makes her unlikely to compromise regarding Luna, setting the stage for the inevitable confrontation with Finn when he breaks his promise. As tensions escalate and alliances shift, one thing remains certain: the coming weeks will transform the landscape of relationships in Los Angeles, potentially destroying marriages, creating new villains, and revealing the true nature of characters we thought we understood. Next, we will learn about the issue of mental instability and dangerous family connections that are creating a perfect storm in Los Angeles. The bold and beautiful landscape is shifting dramatically as family ties and psychological warfare take center stage. Sheila Carter Sharp and her newly discovered granddaughter Luna Nozawa have become the focal point of an increasingly dangerous situation that threatens multiple beloved characters. The expanding web of Sheila's influence. Sheila's discovery of Luna's paternity has opened a Pandora's box of possibilities for the notorious villain. This revelation has expanded her family tree in unexpected ways, giving her fresh ammunition in her ongoing battle to insert herself into her son's life. The grandmother-granddaughter connection between Sheila and Luna represents more than just biological relation, it's a psychological mirroring that has Los Angeles residents rightfully concerned. John Finn Finnegan initially attempted reconciliation with his birth mother before recognizing the danger she posed. It wasn't until the horrific shooting incident involving both him and his wife that Finn fully comprehended Sheila's true nature. Now, history appears to be repeating itself through Luna, who displays the same disturbing psychological patterns as her grandmother. The mental resemblance between Luna and Sheila cannot be overstated. Luna possesses that identical glint in her eye, a warning sign that those familiar with Sheila immediately recognize. This psychological twinning creates a formidable new threat that the entire community will need to confront in coming days. Manipulation tactics and dangerous confrontations. Both Sheila and Luna employ similar strategies of manipulation, with pressure tactics being their preferred method of control. Their shared propensity for secrets and deception makes them particularly dangerous adversaries. Luna's recent behavior demonstrates this family trait in action. After overhearing a private conversation between Will Spencer and Electra Forrester at Il Giardino, Luna wasted no time attempting to exploit this information. Her approach to Will with an inappropriate offer reveals her opportunistic nature and willingness to create chaos. Rather than respecting boundaries, Luna saw vulnerability and immediately moved to capitalize on it. Will's response to Luna's advances demonstrated remarkable maturity. He not only rejected her proposition outright but also took the important step of informing Electra about the encounter. His direct statement that Luna's behavior confirmed she hadn't changed shows his insight into her character. Will's protective instinct extended to warning Luna to stay away from Electra, a boundary-setting move that speaks to his character development. Dangerous confrontations brewing. The situation is escalating toward potentially violent confrontation. Previews indicate Electra makes the potentially catastrophic decision to directly confront Luna. While her emotional reaction to Luna's advances toward Will is understandable, the choice to challenge someone with Luna's violent history demonstrates poor judgment. This confrontation is particularly concerning given Luna's history. She has already killed 2 people and attempted to murder Electra's cousin, Stephy Forrester Finnegan. The parallels to past violence are impossible to ignore. Viewers vividly recall Sheila's reaction when Stephy slapped her face twice, resulting in devastating consequences. The question now becomes, what will Luna do when provoked by Electra? The psychological underpinnings. The mental instability of both Sheila and Luna creates a volatile situation that threatens everyone in their orbit. Neither woman possesses the emotional regulation or moral compass necessary to navigate conflict in healthy ways. Their shared tendency toward extreme reactions makes every interaction potentially dangerous. The likely scenario moving forward involves Luna seeking comfort and advice from her grandmother after the confrontation with Electra. This grandmother-granddaughter bonding over perceived slights will almost certainly lead to collaborative scheming. Their combined vindictiveness, multiplied by family loyalty, creates a perfect storm of malicious intent. Bill Spencer's miscalculation. Will's assessment of his father's actions reveals another layer to this complex situation. Bill Spencer's decision to secure Luna's release into his custody and subsequently arrange her pardon demonstrates either naivety or manipulation on his part. Will clearly believes his father has been fooled by Luna's performances of remorse and rehabilitation. This miscalculation by Bill potentially endangers multiple characters, as it has given Luna freedom of movement and reduced scrutiny. His actions, likely motivated by compassion or perhaps other undisclosed reasons, have inadvertently created the conditions for Luna to pursue her manipulative agenda without the constraints of legal supervision. The widening circle of impact. As this situation continues to develop, an expanding array of characters will inevitably be drawn into Sheila's chaotic sphere of influence. Her ever-unsettled existence ensures that no one remains untouched by the ripple effects of her actions and those of her granddaughter. The psychological warfare being waged by Sheila and Luna threatens to destabilize relationships throughout Los Angeles. Their shared ability to identify weaknesses and exploit vulnerabilities makes them particularly dangerous adversaries. As they collaborate and scheme, the potential for escalating violence and manipulation grows exponentially. The coming days will reveal whether anyone can successfully intervene before tragedy strikes again. With Luna following so closely in Sheila's psychological footsteps, the community faces a familiar threat in a new form, one that may prove even more dangerous than the original. Next, we will learn about the issue brewing between several key characters that could lead to explosive consequences in the coming weeks. The dangerous game of manipulation. Deacon Sharp finds himself at a critical crossroads in his relationship with Sheila. After discovering her involvement with Luna Nozawa's schemes, he's issued an ultimatum that could change everything between them. "I can't stand by while you help someone who's caused so much pain," Deacon declared during their heated confrontation at Il Giardino. The weight of his friend's deaths hangs heavily on his conscience, making it impossible for him to accept Sheila's alliance with Luna. The ultimatum has created palpable tension in their marriage. Deacon's patience has worn dangerously thin, especially considering how Sheila herself reacted when others tried to interfere in their relationship. This hypocrisy hasn't gone unnoticed by those close to the couple, with many wondering if this will be the final straw that breaks their controversial union. Young love under siege. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester have built something beautiful together over the past several months? Their relationship has blossomed into a genuine connection based on mutual respect and shared values. Despite their young age, they've demonstrated remarkable maturity in navigating the complex dynamics of their prominent families. "What Will and Electra have is rare," commented one insider close to the Spencer family. "They complement each other perfectly and have never given anyone reason to doubt their commitment." Their relationship represents a bright spot amidst the usual chaos of Los Angeles's elite social circles, making Luna's interference all the more troubling. Luna's desperate pursuit. Luna Nozawa has set her sights on Will Spencer with alarming determination. Her approach has been both direct and inappropriate, leaving Will visibly uncomfortable during their recent encounter at Forrester Creations. Luna boldly suggested they become friends with benefits, emphasizing her knowledge that Will and Electra haven't been intimate. "You belong in prison," Will reportedly told Luna during their tense exchange, clearly rejecting her advances. Yet Luna persisted, offering various arrangements that would allow her access to the young Spencer heir. Her fixation appears to be growing stronger by the day, raising concerns about how far she might go to achieve her objective. Sheila's dangerous influence. Sheila Sharp has established herself as a master manipulator who somehow evades justice at every turn. Her history includes shooting both Stephy Forrester and her husband Finn, yet through cunning and calculation, she's managed to avoid long-term consequences. This pattern of behavior makes her mentorship of Luna particularly concerning. Together with Bill Spencer, Sheila appears to be grooming Luna in the art of manipulation and evasion. Their combined influence could push Luna toward increasingly dangerous actions, potentially including violence against those she perceives as obstacles. The possibility that Luna might target Electra directly has become a genuine concern among those familiar with the situation. The potential for escalation. The volatile combination of Luna's obsession and Sheila's guidance creates a powder keg situation that could explode at any moment. Luna has already demonstrated her willingness to cross boundaries in pursuit of Will. Should her fixation intensify under Sheila's tutelage, the consequences could be severe. Industry insiders speculate that Luna might also renew her antagonism towards Stephy Forrester, who has firmly blocked Luna's attempts to contact her father. This multi-front conflict could spiral beyond anyone's control, potentially leading Luna back to incarceration despite Bill's considerable efforts to secure her freedom. Bill Spencer's complicated position. Bill Spencer finds himself in an increasingly precarious position as Luna's behavior becomes more erratic. Having invested significant resources and reputation in securing Luna's release, he now faces the possibility that his efforts will be undermined by her obsession with his son. Bill's protective instincts toward Luna may be clouding his judgment, noted a source close to the Spencer family. He doesn't seem to recognize how her fixation on Will could destroy multiple lives, including his own son's happiness. This blind spot could lead to irreparable damage within the Spencer family dynamic. The future at stake. As tensions continue to rise, the entire situation teeters on the edge of disaster. Will and Electra's relationship faces an unprecedented threat from Luna's determination and Sheila's strategic guidance. Meanwhile, Deacon and Sheila's marriage hangs by a thread as moral lines are drawn. The coming weeks will likely determine whether Luna can be dissuaded from her destructive path or if Sheila's influence will push her toward actions that cannot be undone. For Will and Electra, their ability to withstand this external pressure will test the strength of their bond in ways they never anticipated. The interconnected web of relationships, ambitions, and manipulations continues to grow more complex by the day, leaving everyone involved vulnerable to heartbreak, betrayal, and potentially worse consequences. As always, we'll keep you updated on every development in this unfolding drama that has captivated viewers across the country.